Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All Stars Season 1, Episode 8. We're going to be here for a while. My notes are probably... I was just writing down something every 2 seconds because so much was going on. So, before we even get into getting into it, the Georgias know a lot of people. So that's interesting. So yeah, before we get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. The ending question in the game that they played last night about the loyalty thing, it actually is rubbing a lot more people than I thought it would. I don't know why some of these people are even chiming in.
Why don't you pick the person that you're with as the most loyal? That's what's confusing me.
Oh, so he's loyal as a friend? Okay.
Yeah, very loyal as a friend.
Well, he said in a relationship, to be fair. Well, so you don't think I'm loyal in a relationship?
I don't know, Toby. We've never been in a relationship.
Exactly. Well, I feel like I was getting digged out, so what do you want to say?
No, but I feel like that's rude. Like, yeah.
I definitely think that Mitch should have chosen Liberty just for the sake of peace, you know, in the villa. And then with Georgia, like, girl, you said you were going to leave Toby alone. Why do you care how he was picked? Like, Toby didn't pick himself. Mitch chose Toby as loyal, whether it was in a relationship or as a friend. Why do you care? You're clearly still pressed, sister. Okay? You said you're going to leave him alone. Girl, just leave him alone. Josh is having the realization that Molly might not be as into him as he thought, because when he tried to kiss her in the challenge, she wasn't really reciprocating his energy.
When she was half kissing me, she was pulling away. Is it? Roles are reversed now. That cow's getting on to G. Do you reckon? The thing is with Georgia Harrison, I never actually cut it off with her. I just said that we was open.
With Josh, I honestly think he just played himself. He did. He followed a pretty face, and I guess for some people there's nothing wrong with that. But when that pretty face is attached to a very messy situation, living with an ex of 3 years who she had the intention of wanting to marry, you were bound to be in the mess yourself. So, yeah. Now he wants to circle back to Georgia Harrison, and I'm like, no. Nah. If I was Georgia, I would not entertain it whatsoever. Sir, just count your losses. Wait for the next one, or just chill like it's a holiday. Because to now go back to another option and to say, well, I never closed it off. Yeah, maybe you didn't close it off, but you definitely didn't make her a priority. And y'all are the ones who have the history. Molly does admit that when somebody's very full on with her, she tends to panic. That's why the Chris thing made her panic. Josh made her panic. So Toby's deciding to take the slow approach.
So yeah, I think it's quite cool, isn't it? That it's kind of like organically panning out.
I think I kind of like you.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Kind of make me nervous.
Do
In a way, yeah. In a way, yeah.
Do it make you nervous?
In a way.
I like that.
I'm looking at Toby like, have you not learned from what Molly has gone through in this villa already? I don't know why you'd want to insert yourself in this situation, but again, she's a pretty face. It's easy for these guys to be blinded, and I don't blame them. She really is so gorgeous. You want to know, like, okay, could I actually get her? Would she actually pay me any mind? What's the deal there? When it comes to Toby, I think he is very emotionally unavailable, if you ask me. Okay, I'm just watching a show here. So it kind of makes sense that he would go for somebody who's also emotionally unavailable. Tell me if you feel the same way. I think this kind of makes sense because they're both not really looking for something serious, even though they make it seem like that's what they're looking for. Callum feels like things between him and Georgia are going so great to the point where he would like to share a bed. But until then, they can at least share a kiss.
It'd be great if we were sharing a bed, wouldn't it?
I know, oh, Cal, wouldn't it be nice?
Nice cuddle.
You took a lot of my boxes, like, on a proper level.
Nice kiss, though. Nice, wasn't it? We get another one.
I don't wanna close my eyes.
I hate to say it, but the more I see them, the more it makes sense. Ugh. I wasn't seeing it before, and I'm seeing some other reviewers saying, oh my gosh, like, I get it. And I'm like, get what? What did we get? No, I get it. I get it, I do. I do still believe that she's going to go through the same issues of needing reassurance from somebody who has shown a history of not giving women the reassurance they were needing. So I don't know how that's going to work in a relationship between Georgia and Callum. But hey, I'm starting to get on board. I could see the potential. I'm so pissed off that my computer started to glitch. I didn't see any of the Tyler taking, what's her name? Hannah to the terrace and Cass talking about it with Molly. I only know about it because of the clips on social media. All I see is Hannah and Tyler locking lips. I said, oh wow. And it wasn't no childish kiss, honey. It was giving passion. It was giving sex. Okay. So I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening. Tyler, I don't know. And to the people in the comments from the last episode who said, what did you mean about Hannah? That's how I know that y'all don't be finishing the videos, because I said it at the end of the last video. So if you want to know what I said, go back and watch that. It just doesn't make sense to me. And it's not to say that Hannah is, undesirable or anything. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, I did feel like Tyler coming in here wouldn't have been any kind of benefit to Kaz. So all you Kyler stans, so sorry, but this kind of felt inevitable, if you ask me. He is told by Hannah to go and talk to Kaz, and then he goes and talks to Toby, tells him about the kiss, and Toby's like, you need to go and tell Kaz. Why, when he's sitting with Kaz, he's like, oh, it was the first thing on my mind to come and talk to you. No, sir, it was not.
I'm new in the villa, I'm making my way around, so I'm getting to know everyone.
Yeah, what does he mean?
Like we kissed or whatever.
Not or whatever. We
Huh?
kissed. Has kissed Hannah on the terrace, but still wants to say to me that me and him can still get to know each other. No.
Kaz now says that she's no longer interested in seeing what could be there still between her and Tyler. She seems to have this idea that there's a vendetta between herself and the terrace because Lewis was on there with a secret kiss, and now Tyler was up there and had a secret kiss. And I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, I do feel for her. I really do. But both men hadn't promised her anything. So in the same way that I said the men lack accountability, the women create scenarios. And with the Lewis situation and the Tyler situation, none of them said to her, hey, I want to put my effort into you. I want to pursue you and see where things go. So like, it still sucks. She can still feel her feelings, but yeah, that's just what I was thinking. Anyways, at this point, I don't think that the producers are going to send in anybody for Cass, either anyone she's interested in or who's interested in her. So girl, just accept this holiday in South Africa with 12 of your favorite people or people you can tolerate for 5 weeks. Liberty now hears about this kiss that happened on the terrace, so she wants to have a word with Tyler. And I think people in this villa really misconstrue the things that they are being told, because I'm struggling to remember a time when Tyler said he was going to give he was going to give Kaz the energy that Liberty's talking about.
Yeah. I'm sorry, like, second time it's happened to me.
How are you saying to me today, I want to give energy to Kaz and the respect she deserves? If you were still trying to keep your options open, why have you kissed someone else on the same day? What you said to me at the fire pit isn't really marinating up with...
I hear it. No, I hear
it. Your actions. Just come with energy towards Kaz or don't come at all. That's what I'm saying. But we're cool.
I genuinely was dumbfounded listening to this conversation, because I was like, Liberty, when did he say he was going to pursue Kaz, let alone with energy? He didn't say either of those things. I think he did allude to the fact that he wants to have some more conversations with her, but in terms of being gung-ho for her, making her his priority, he never said none of that. He said, it's early days. I'm going to see what's out there. And he's doing just that. And then I'm looking at Liberty, no offense, but she's like, I just don't want my friend to be mugged off. Babe, you need to tend to your yard, because currently you are being mugged off. Handle your own situation, babes. Please, for the love of God. Callum and Toby have a conversation, and Callum wants to apologize because he understands that he might have misinterpreted Toby's words.
And then the day, I think it's just a misinterpretation between conversations.
Because she come on like a hurt thing, and I was like, I never ever want to like make you feel hurt. It was just a shit situation, man.
Yeah, it was.
I just want to reiterate that somebody can say what you said and have a different tone to it, which then portrays a different message. Some of y'all in the comments, if y'all don't want to ever side with Toby no matter what he says, fine, I understand. But we need to acknowledge that tone matters. Here's an example. If I say, wow, you look nice, you would come off with the impression that I think you look nice. And if I say, wow, you look nice, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Same words, not the same thing. So, end of the day, I do think that there was a misinterpretation of what Toby was saying. End of the day, Toby didn't give a damn about Georgia at some point anyway. So honestly, this was a necessary evil regardless of how Callum interpreted it, because Georgia needed that rude awakening that Toby does not care for you in the way that you care for him. And it's best to pack up your bags and move on. In the morning debrief, we have Georgia, who talks about the kiss with Callum in the game. She didn't really talk about the one that happened in the fire pit, but the guys talk about the fire pit kiss because Tyler happened to see the kiss happen. So yeah, he's very happy about the kiss, and likely he would want more. Then the other Georgia is saying that she's getting the ick with Anton. And I can't blame her. I do know that they were just trying to see if something could be there because there's a lack of options. But Anton gives off simp energy, and I'm not even opposed to men who accept being a simp, but it's like moist. He's just like, blech, like, blech. You know, he does a little bit too much, and it's just not for Georgia. Georgia likes an asshole. Like, let's be honest. Georgia likes an asshole, and Anton is not that, which is good for him, but not so great for Georgia. Anton, on the other hand, is talking about, you know, things are going so great that I think it might just be too good to be true. Yeah, because it is. Because it is. She doesn't want you like that. Okay. Molly says that she's also getting the ick from Josh. Well, she didn't use the word ick, but that's what I'm using. And she would rather get to know Toby more. Mitch says that he is not closed off by any means, and he's very open to anybody who comes into the villa. Does Liberty know that? He seems to think that she does. History will show you she don't know that. Not to the extent that you're trying to make it seem. So you need to go and have that conversation and make it explicitly clear that you are not closed off at all. Tyler and Hannah talk about their kisses, their kiss. No, they kissed multiple times. They talk about whatever, the terrace escapades, and they're not really quite sure what is going on between them. So as of right now, it was just a kiss. And then we have Kaz, who said that she has decided to permanently close that door with Tyler. So the guys suspect that Mitch is not interested in Liberty at all.
I've made it so clear as well. I just don't know if Lib knows how open we actually are.
I think he's really going off her, you know.
Yeah, Lib.
Yeah.
I think he's gone off.
I don't think he ever really
was on.
No, because he was on Dem, wasn't it?
Honestly, I don't know how Liberty doesn't see it. Everybody but Liberty sees it. And up until this episode, nobody was going to be bluntly honest with her. People don't want to, and I get it, like Liberty's that sweet, you know, baby angel, you don't really want to break her heart, but look at what happened her own season. You have to be very blunt with Liberty and almost brutally honest for her to finally get the message, because she's going to be in fairyland, okay? Girl, Mitch is not for you. He is not for you. And it's great timing for him to say that he's open, because there are 2 new bombshells who have come in. We have Tom, who's from season 9, and Sophie, who's from season 6. I can't remember who Sophie was getting along with on her season. I just remember her voice, and it sounds exactly the same. And then we have Tom, who was in season 9, who left with Sammy, talk about love you, love you, love you. But he has history with a few women here, and I'm like, you got up to a lot of things in the past year, haven't you? He was hooking up with Arabella, and then he was hooking up with Georgia, and all right. Anyways, Georgia is now stressing out because she is getting along with Callum, but now, not when Toby was here, not when Josh came in, not when she started talking to Callum. Now that Tom is here, her Love Island journey has begun.
You've got to explore it because you're still open.
I feel my mind's gone a bit woohoo because obviously...
Definitely.
Obviously, me and Tom know the situation between me and Tom. And Toby knows about me and Tom. So...
When I said that Georgia and Toby are the same person in different fonts, I had no idea to what extent. They are the exact same person. So I'm kind of looking at Georgia sideways like, girl, you were giving Toby the 3rd degree for having doors open and da-da-da whatever. But look at you. You got the same, if not more, doors open. And I wonder, so she says that Tom knows about Toby, Toby knows about Tom. Maybe, Toby had it in his mind, this girl ain't even fully sold on me. Because if we're on the outside or if this man Tom comes in here, I'm not going to be her priority. The way her countenance completely changed was not the same as when she was interacting with Toby. If you ask me, I could be biased, probably am. But I'm like, oh, this... If she had the opportunity to actually have to pick between Toby and Tom, I think she'd pick Tom. I think she would. I still believe that Toby didn't want to actually have a relationship with this girl. Otherwise, he would have just done it. But a part of me is now thinking, could the relationship she had with Tom be a factor as to why he didn't want to fully invest in this thing? Just a thought. Hannah and Tyler talk about their terrace kisses, and I'm trying to figure out what is the goal of this connection here.
That was quite, like, unexpected.
I was going to say, were you expecting it?
No, not at all. You did come in with the big dick energy and you did just go for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I like,
good,
though, babe.
yeah.
Like, my priority is yourself.
Oh, thanks, babe. And same, yeah.
Top of the list.
Tyler says that Hannah is going to be his priority in the villa. Wow. And I found it interesting. This is a reach, but I be reaching on this channel. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. He refers to her as a woman. And I know you're like, duh, she's a woman. But you know in Love Island, all the guys refer to their girls as girls, right? And then in Hannah's conversations, when she talks about Tyler, she refers to all the other guys as like little brothers. But then with Tyler, it's like, he's a man. So I'm thinking, because she sees him as a man and she's an older woman, is that why now he's referring to her as an older woman? Is it that intrigue of like, wow, a mature woman sees me as a man and she's after me? A little bit of me is thinking that's what's going on with Tyler. Just a little bit. What is their age gap? Now I need to know. What is Tyler's last name? Girl, Love Island, Tyler, age. He's 28. 29, 31, 33. Yeah. So, all right, well, yeah, maybe he likes himself an older woman. I don't know what the hell is going on, but let's move on. In the evening, Sophie and Tom get to go on, the dates that they have where the 3 people make a starter, main, dessert thing. During the preparation of these dates, Toby and Molly do this Lady and the Tramp thing right in front of Josh.
How you feeling about it there?
I'm actually fucking shitting myself.
Why?
But
Why
this is a
shitting
great
it?
distraction.
Why you nervous?
Why are you shooting it?
At this point, Joshua, you need to know that girl does not like you, not even a molecule, an ion, an atom, an iota. Even the idea of liking you is nowhere in her vicinity. He needs to close that door completely, okay? I know she hasn't yet said it to him, but this is all he needed to know, okay? And then we see a conversation between Liberty, Kaz, and Anton, where Anton is finally being honest with her and saying, listen, Mitch is not for you.
I might sleep out on the terrace tonight. I have a better sleep out here anyway.
I think he'd fuck you over in a second.
Yeah.
It's very rare. I don't like someone. Now we can't stand him. He talks too much about clout and to following. I think your gut tells you that anyway, though. He'll do whatever he needs to do to stay in this.
I'm with Anton. I think that deep down, Liberty knows. And I don't think it takes much convincing, especially with us as women who love to live in Delulu land. I'm the president. We love to make these scenarios up to say, but he made me feel, and maybe he said that, and potentially there could be, when we know that person don't like us like that. That person is not good for us. We need to turn our attention elsewhere. So I'm glad that people are being more honest with her. And I think that at the end of the day, she knows, and she's always known. All right, so let's start on the dates here. We're going to kind of condense them all because I'm not breaking them up little by little, right? We're going to start with Sophie. She isn't necessarily sold on anybody as of yet, but she's exploring the options that she has.
Because I feel like you are mature, but I feel like you are very goofy, aren't you? You know what I liked? I see you in an orange jumper.
What, since then you'd be like, yeah, eye on him.
I'm ready to be wifey. I
How love that from you.
On these dates, what I gathered was that, even before I get into that, did Sophie have wine eyes? You guys ever drink wine to the point where like your eyes start to get just a little bit red and your your eyelids start to just droop down a little bit more? I don't know. I was like, oh no, this girl she has the demon time eyes, and it could be because of the wine. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, Chris was very jokey with Sophie, and I don't know if every joke that he was trying to say was landing with her per se. So yeah, definitely don't see it between them. She had asked him if he wanted to talk to her again, and he said yes, but like not enthusiastically. So yeah, Sophie, you could close that one. With Toby, I feel like they look very aesthetically pleasing. As far as compatibility, I don't know with them, but it kind of looked like it would make sense if they were to try something out. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Does Toby date? This shirt wasn't even on purpose, but I don't know. Moving on. Sophie was very giddy with Josh. I think that was her best date that she had with him. They were sharing strawberries, honey. She was eating it out of his mouth. She was sitting on his lap. I said, "Oi, okay, this is a great pick-me-up for Josh, honey," because he was not having a good time these last 48 hours. So yeah, interested to see where Sophie's attention is gonna go. The girl is gorgeous, man. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if people were onto her, but we know this is Love Island and, you know, everybody has their types. So will a lot of guys be after her? Probably not, but I think they should. She's gorgeous and she seems like a great time. She seems really sweet. She seems like she's looking for someone as well. So yeah. Then let's go on to Tom's dates. It is very clear, very abundantly clear that even though he's interested in the other women on the dates, his main priority is Georgia.
Obviously, we had that like situation. It just kind of was like a situation. I think because then I was in a relationship.
I'm kind of hoping you'd be in here.
I was one of the ones that you wanted to.
Yeah.
To me, I'm a bit of a slow burner, so I like to be a little bit calmer, a little bit more reserved.
Yeah.
We never spent time together when we got back to the UK.
No, it was a shame for me because I wanted to.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. I don't get this from Arabella. Oh. This has got interesting. Come on, then. Come on.
Correct me if I am wrong. When he was sitting with Arabella, did she just tell us that she cheated on her boyfriend with Tom? I don't know if it was emotionally or physically or whatever, but she basically was saying, yeah, and I was with my boyfriend at that time, so I was unavailable. So you cheated. What did that mean? I don't know. If you guys heard the same thing, please let me know. Cause I was like, I think I'm tripping, but I feel like she just admitted to cheating. Anyways, not quite sure what the timeline is there. They do have history, but it seems like they'd rather just keep it cool, keep it cute. And then with Molly, he said that he was excited to see her here. I guess he, heard the breakup rumors and was anticipating her return to Love Island. He has said that he's a slow burn on his season. We know that that's Molly's go-to this season as well. They've definitely met each other's match when it comes to the slow burn thing. Even when people say slow burn, I always think you're a slow burn until you find somebody you really like. Let's be honest. When you find somebody you truly like, it's not like you're going to jump their bones off rip, but this whole slow burn thing is less of a thing. But that's just me. And then lastly with Georgia. Georgia and Tom seem to have been vibing out either on a holiday or something, because Georgia had said when they got back to the UK, things fizzled out. And then whatever they had going on was intercepted by Toby's situation. But then she also said Tom knows about Toby. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a blurring of a timeline here. It is what it is. Everybody's single. They could do what they want to do, honey. So yeah, they are very keen. All right, very keen. She was sitting on his lap, honey. I think if he would have kissed her, she would have kissed him back. They didn't kiss, right? Did they kiss? No. I don't think so. Point of the matter is, Georgia is in the sunken place when it comes to Tom. She is. This is the most invested I've seen her in any guy that's come in the villa. Sorry, Callum. Can't catch a break. Can't catch a break in this damn villa, honey. I would think that it's over between them. But it's early days, as they say. So we'll see where things go. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.